All right, y'all. I'm still out here on A South, 4 South and Ninth West in the alley that's behind the Polynesian Church. Um, I wanted to come out here and talk about the some of the Salt Lake City gang culture or the different sets. So I'm putting a video out about the Polynesians and the Tongan Crips. I've spoke to you guys about we got the Serranos and different subsets of Serranos like avenues, 38th Street. A new one I hear now is something called Felicia. I hadn't heard of that before back in the day. Um, and then you got all the black blood sets. You got Black Mafia, which stands for Black Mafia Gangsters. You got POGs, which stands for Pyru Original Gangsters. Um, Shout out to all them, all the Davidsons and them. People always think I'm related to the Davidsons because my last name is Davis, but I'm not. I got love for them niggas though. Between BMGs and POGs, the younger generations created a lot of subsets off of that, like 700 block, 350 block, or something. Hey, y'all don't come for me because I don't. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not a gang expert or a gang uh analysis. I'm just explaining the different gangs that are out here in Salt Lake. But y'all free feel free to jump in the comments. Tell me what kind of different blood sets that you might know of. But also Kernstown blood, which actually kind of had turned into a white boy blood gang. But the person who started it, I met him in jail. Uh, Kickback. Shout out to the OG Kickback. That's my homie. When you end up, he was my celly. When you end up being a celly with somebody, you get to know a motherfucker for real. So shout out to Kickback. Me and him built a good relationship, and he knows what kind of person I am and what kind of spirit I carry. So shout out to the Kickback. But then KTB turned into a white blood gang, which they're way out in Kearns. Now those that aren't from Salt Lake, Kearns and Salt Lake are in the Salt Lake Valley, but Salt Lake and where I'm at right now is on 400 South, and Kearns is on 5300 South, and it's a lot further west. I'm on 900 West. Kearns is on 4800 West. Now, even though you're not from Utah, y'all can do the numbers of math. 5600 South from 400 South is far. We only count the Souths out here. The Souths are going by the lights and how far you go south, how far you go west. So from Ninth West to 4800 West is far. I had never even been to Kearns or anywhere out of Salt Lake until until I was in junior high. On my own, I guess. I might have rode in the car somewhere as a kid, but you don't know where you're at. So anyway, that's another blood set that's not in this neighborhood though where I'm at right now. I'm just explaining that to y'all. Um so when I was growing up, for me to be even hanging out with two, three friends, if one or two of us was wearing red, we were automatically classified as gang members or bloods. Or you already, like I said, with the black and the poly thing, it's the same with all the other races, the blacks, the white, the Mexicans, because there's white boys in the gangs too. Don't get it twisted. Don't think that these white boys and these Mormons ain't out here turning into gangbangers too. Which, and I know when some people watch these videos, I see their comments, especially now that people are starting to see my videos in other states. They be like, "Oh, it's soft out there, it's weak out there, whatever." People have been living and dying about gangbanging in Salt Lake, just like anywhere else. Our population is just smaller, and there's a lot more police. But people are lived and died about their hood in Salt Lake, just like any other city. Okay, so another black blood set out here is a 950 block Pyru. I believe they're a subset off of the POGs as well. Um, It's funny being black out here, and if you grow up out here, like I said, I think I said this in another video. I may have not. But when you're about 14, 13, you're in junior high, you're hanging out with your friends, you finally meet black friends because I didn't meet a black friend till junior high. Other ones were just my cousins and people that my family knew. I met like other black kids once I was junior high age. When you click up with them, they start putting you in the category of being in a gang. Because out here, since there's not that many black people, if there's even two of us, they're gonna say you're in a gang. My uncle, straight most squarest dude you'll ever meet. He will not break the law if you begged him to. He's 60 some years old. He works at Wells Fargo. He's been working at Wells Fargo for 30 years. Another black guy works there. I don't know if this black guy's new or old. My uncle, obviously, when we see black people, we're like, "Oh, what's up, brother?" Da, 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 da. We start shooting the shit. The white lady at the job told him that he was him and his partner was like all ganged up like a gang, or they were a gang, or used the word gang. And I asked my uncle, she used the word gang, and he said, yeah. I said, that's crazy. So if there's multiple black people together, you're automatically some type of gang or some type of problem. And so you're almost not forced, but you feel a little bit of like pressure to be like step into what they're trying to paint you as type, you know? And I almost fell victim to it to myself until I got to be about 16, and like none of the homies had a car. I was like, "Man, I'm trying to get some money. I need a whip." But but so you're kind of under pressure, but I want to say to younger people, even my son is growing, and my all my sons growing into men, don't ever feel pressure to be a part of something. You stand on your own and you walk as a man, and you be a leader, not a follower. I never got down with the gangs and cool with gangs because somebody else could do something to so and so over here, your friend, so and so. He could do something to somebody. You be walking down the street, you don't even know that happened. These guys come pull up on you, they tripping on you because you're friends with so and so, and they did something that you don't even agree with, and now you're paying the consequence for it, or have to fight these dudes for it, or get harmed or something for it. That didn't make sense to me. I want to make my own decisions. I don't want other people's actions to make decisions for my life. So you guys need to think about that too, and choose the right decision. Be focused on making some money and having a future instead of being worried about running around with these dudes who, when you get locked up, they're just gonna hit your girl up and ain't gonna put no money on your books and smile in your face when you get out. So tap in with me. I'm kicking knowledge, telling about Salt Lake, and keeping it a buck about life and about myself. Thank y'all. Make sure you guys go follow and please subscribe to my YouTube. I need to get 1,000 subscribers, y'all. It's hard to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I'm gonna keep saying it every video. A white dude rolled by and asked me if I was doing a rap. Not this time. um, okay, I also want to talk about for the people to understand, people that are from Utah that have never experienced something like this. Look at the alley that I'm standing in right now. This looked like the alley that Ricky got shot in. Like uh and down in Salt Lake, for people that might not be familiar, each block that goes down going west, there's some alleys that go uh north and south too, east and west, north and south, but each block has an alley that goes down it. Now don't nothing good happen in no alley. Nah, I'm just playing. But just imagine though being a 6-year-old, 5 or 6-year-old kid walking down this alley. I think y'all be probably be a little nervous. And then you got these guys over here set tripping to boot. But the reason why the gangbanging I think happened in Salt Lake is, for one, not just California where they think that they super thugged out and the most thuggish niggas. Globally, as you guys have seen, worldwide, the gang culture and choosing sides and being from a color and this and that took over the world in the late 80s, early 90s. I blame shit like menace to society, colors, different things, but also one or two people may have moved to another city. That's how Kernstown Blood started out here. Somebody from California moved to Salt Lake and started a blood hood out here back in the late 80s. That type of thing was happening all over the world. Or the homie Maceo that I interview's dad, he came out here in the late 70s, early 80s and started a blood set out here. So that's how the gang banging spread around the world. Now in Utah, the gang banging was was bad in the 90s and the 2000s. I don't know how it is for these young people now. I know these young brothers and these YNs are shooting each other a lot more. But it started with my brother's generation in the 90s and the late 80s with the gang culture and the drive-bys and the shootings, right? But we're so close knit out here in Salt Lake that that you, like I made another video, you're living with four different gangs right there in your neighborhood. I'm gonna tell another story how my grandma's house got shot up like multiple times because everybody knows where you live if you live in Salt Lake. Once I started to get a little older and get my own money, I started moving on the outskirts. I ain't moving on the outskirts of town, so I could be like y'all. But I had to go through a lot in order to get there, and things that I was facing, a lot of you weren't facing. My mother was in prison when I was born. Then I didn't live with her the whole time. My dad was in prison from the time I was born until I was 10. I didn't meet him until I met him in prison at about 7 or 8 on a prison visit. Then when my mom does get out, she's addicted to drugs. I'm being raised by my grandmother. I lost my grandmother, which was like losing my mother. I mean, this is just the start of my life at the first couple 4 or 5 years. I don't have enough time on a video to tell you the rest, but I'm gonna get to it because I'm here to tell my truth. Me and my daughter was riding, listening to YFN Lucci, spilling my truth, making millions, just spilling my truth, spilling mine, and it inspired me, man. In order to make it to where you want to go, you got to spill your truth and tell the truth about yourself, so you're not bottling it inside anymore. You're not ducking and hiding from it. I'm not ducking and hiding from anything that you people hear or say about me. I'm not ducking and hiding from none of it. I'm here to tell my truth about it. Okay, also, another thing I wanted to add is about the gang unit and them putting black and Mexican people in the gang file. They put you in a gang file out here when you're young. They did it to me when I was young. One time they pulled me over. I was uh I was wearing a red Adidas hoodie. They pulled me over. They already know who I am when they pulled me over. That's the reason they pulled me over. I was standing outside the gas station to get gas. Mind you, I'm 16 at the time. I haven't been in any serious trouble at this point yet. They just know me from being black, my older brother being in blood, and some of my friends being bloods, and just that. Those couple things. So the police are tracking you. They know your face. They know your car. So I'm at the gas station getting gas. This is when I discovered that they knew everything a lot, or knew me personally already. I get pulled over from getting gas. They pull me out the car. They're like, "Oh, what's up? Hey, London, da da da," acting like they're my friend or like they know me my whole life. They probably have because they've been reading up on me, right? And so they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to put you in the gang file." They take a whiteboard, and I was like, "I'm not in the gang." And they're like, "You're wearing red right now." I'm like, "Oh, so that means I'm in a gang?" So, which I've never been caught for any gang charges. Neither had none of my friends at this point because we're still teenagers. None of these things. So I tell them I'm not taking the picture, and I put my head down. They put the sign up underneath my chin and push my chin up with the sign that says BMG, and I said I'm not from BMG. They wrote associated underneath the wording of BMG. Snap my photo. Now they do that to you. So now in the future, anytime that I have caught a charge, been to court, been in jail, I'm getting a higher charge. It's a gang enhancement. I'm getting a higher charge, marking charge, something that might have been in Class B, Class A is a felony because they want me to be a felon because they don't want me to be black with a gun, right? so they could disarm me. So, oh man, it gets deep. So, so then if you get charged, now you got a higher bail. Now you're getting a longer sentence. Now you're stuck in the system and stuck in a cycle and stuck walking it down the alley looking crazy like these people that walk by in my video. That's what they want from me, y'all. That's what they want from me. That's what they want for my whole family. That's what they want for any person of color out here in Salt Lake, honestly. But we ain't gonna let it happen. We rising above. Make sure you guys hit the like for my algorithm. London Giovanni needs to be in the algorithm, y'all, so we can spread the message. Deuces.